gonna put it down?
Yeah, ready.
Alright. Come on, get on in here, Jarvis.
I mean, just make sure my phone don't vibrate, you know.
Alright, man, let's make it happen, man.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen, man. It's Sunday. Good day. Some business going on.
Great day. Rejoice and be glad in it.
Okay. Let's make it happen. Welcome back, What If Podcast, where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ.
What's happening? It's your boy Trav.
And it's your boy Jones.
Fellas, man, we done made it back to the table for another week, man. Very excited about today's topic. I think it's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah.
Started some good discussion on it earlier in the week. Got so hot we had to like, whoa, pause that. We'll probably have to get back to that later.
Yeah.
But you know how we started off, man. We're gonna talk about just how the week was, man. You know, just catch us up or keep us grounded. One of y'all boys start us off. Just tell us about the week. Bring us up to the day.
Well, I'll start off. I'll go first. I ain't even gonna lie. Well, this week was just one of those rough weeks. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really one specific thing that kind of made it rough. It was just kind of all around rough week. Just one of those
Roughness.
Yeah. Just one of those. It's one of those tough weeks, man. One of those trying weeks, man. But you just gotta remain afloat, stay aware, what's going on, what's needed of yourself. Pretty much, man. That was really it. You know, another week at the schoolhouse. Had to deal with some challenging behaviors this week. But that comes with the territory.
Hey, listen,
so
that's every week.
yeah.
Huh?
That comes with the territory. So.
Hey, Trey, I'll tell you, man. I'll be real, man. You know, we do this every week, and you give your synopsis of the week every week, and we keep up with the conference calls throughout the week, so we already know how your week going throughout the week. You know what I mean? I tell you, man, I really do genuinely have a bigger appreciation for teachers than I did before you went into the profession. Before I started figuring out how the day-to-day actually go. Because, when I was in school, with kids, that was the cool thing to do, you know what I'm saying? And now that it's on the other side, it's like, dang, boy, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you have a lot of fulfilling moments too, but, y'all really do deal with some challenging moments that kind of throw me off, bro. They kind of throw me off, man. I just want to take a hat off to the teachers, man. Just to all the teachers. I don't care what you teaching.
Yeah.
I don't care what you teaching. Because, boy, it ain't as easy as it look. I'm telling you that.
It definitely ain't as easy as it look. But like you say, man, at the end of the day, man, it's all well worth it. It's just certain things that come with the job, man. And challenging behaviors, challenging students. That's just part of it. But if it wasn't for them, man, it wouldn't be that sense of gratitude, that sense of joy at the end of the school year. So,
okay,
it's all a growing process.
Good man. Make sure we keep you in the weight room. Big Jarvis,
What's happening?
talk to me, man.
This week was a great week. I mean, it was tough. Mentally, it was kind of tough. But overall, I mean, it was great, man. Of course, I was back at the castle, so it was great to be back there. And what, man?
I don't like that castle job, bro. I don't like that job, bro.
Well, okay, I was back at the high school, and
Castle.
The castle.
that's what it's called.
That's cool, man.
And everything was great. I had subbed for an agricultural science class, so that was pretty great about that. And then pretty much the rest of the week, of course, I was in the in-house suspension. It was challenging being back in ISS, but when I went back in, I had a message to myself that I want to do things a little different. I'm still trying to, evolve in that role and trying to do things different in that aspect. Of course, people in ISS, you're isolated from your classmates, your peers, and pretty much your teaching and pretty much stopping your learning process. So I try to get to the kids as much as possible. And my message for them this week was, of course, you have to do some uncomfortable things to get to places that you want to be. So that was my message to them this week. Try to get that message out as best as I can to as much people as I could. And and then of course Thursday, the Knights had a basketball game. They played with Westside, I think in Macon, something like that. It was a pretty good game. So I went out there to support the basketball team, and they came out with the victory. So congratulations to them. And,
hey, Jenkins still in it?
I'm not sure. I gotta go back and look.
Okay, if they is, man, shout out to the HUJ.
That happened Thursday night. So of course, I took time out after the conference call and went out there to support those guys. And sum it all up, everything else was good on the rest of the week. Of course, Friday went by kind of fast. Still, like I said, did my thing at ISS and try to reach out to as much people as I can. So, yeah.
It's crazy. I'm going to follow it all up, man. For myself, I tell you, man, every week I figure out more and more, boy, I'm a ground horse, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this week wasn't no different. I mean, ups, downs, ins, outs. It was a week, you know what I'm saying? It was life. How can you argue with it? And more, learning to understand it, deal with it. And I don't know. I can't really say that one thing was straight up bad. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of different situations happened, a lot of things didn't go probably as I pictured them in my head going. But I'll be real, man. I say I wouldn't even view them as bad. Just had a week, dog. You know what I'm saying? So very satisfied with it. Very satisfied with life in general, man. Just moving on, man. Like I said earlier, man. One of the conference calls this week got a little. It's too much information started coming out. I was like, whoa. Hey, pull back. Yeah. So we got the flowing on the topic of forgiveness. And that's a good one that's just going to trip a lot of people up all the time, because you got my man Jesus coming saying stuff like turn the other cheek, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that it's going to trip you up, you know what I mean? So the forgiveness topic, it tripped me up, man. And I think on the phone we all kind of came to the realization that it kind of tripped all of us up. And man, that thing went somewhere, man. Cause I'm sure that everybody could think of one person that they done had to forgive. And boy, you talking about hard. I mean, I guess today, man, we're gonna try to get to the bottom of why it's so hard and what is real forgiveness, and just some of the questions that we got into this week, man. Trav, I know this actually was a topic that you originally brought up, man.
Right.
So, man, tell us what you think, dog.
Oh, man. I guess when we talked about it earlier this week, bro, to be honest with you, I really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking like what is forgiveness, bro? Is forgiveness just, having an encounter with somebody who did you wrong, hurt your feelings, whatever you want to call it? Is it just saying, okay, yeah, I forgive you, and that's it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, I forgive you, and let's move on. Or is it is forgiveness just okay? Yeah, like I know Jarvis kind of brought this up too. Is just the forgive and forget. You know what I'm saying? I forgive you, and then let's forget about it.
Yeah. But
you say that, do you really forget about it? You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, no, you really don't forget about it. So like what is it? How do we do it? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of looked, did some read through the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And now the Bible talk about forgiveness a whole lot.
A whole lot.
But it never tell you exactly how to do it.
And what it looked like.
Right, and what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm still just trying to find out. Is forgiveness just saying, yeah, it's saying right now, yeah, I forgive you. But anytime I think about it and I get mad, I'm going to let you know about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. So it kind of tripped me up, man. But all week after we had the conference call, man, I was just sitting down thinking, like what is forgiveness? And I think it's hard for a lot of people. Well, this is what I came up with.
Right.
It's hard for a lot of people because I think they guess forgiving not for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Or basically their reason behind forgiveness is not what I really feel like it's meant for. Like people forgive fast. You know, something happened and I just forgive you because I think people think that's gonna help them deal with the pain and the hurt and everything that came with what happened. And no, I really don't think that's it. I think for me, man, I think forgiveness was designed to basically just help set you free. You know what I'm saying? From whatever it was.
So you saying that forgiveness really like this self-healing type thing?
Basically.
Really not even so much to do with the other person.
Right.
Okay.
It's more of, you know, you gonna deal with it yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? I wrote it down and what I said was for me, I felt like forgiveness was basically just saying, having a conversation with somebody and saying, hey, look, I know what you did, you know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? What you did, it wasn't right, but I know that you're a better person than that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. When you say it wasn't right, is that it's not right in my opinion, or it ain't right and everybody know it, you know it, your mama know it, I know it? If anybody look at this situation,
I think it can be both. I think it can be both.
Okay. So that right is not, is it subjective or is it objective? Like, is it like your opinion that is right, or is it if no matter who looked at this, no matter what, they gonna say you was wrong, I was right?
I think it's just based on how I was doing it. It's probably more how I viewed it.
I viewed it as okay.
Right.
I got you.
But I think it could work for both scenarios.
Are there any universal right and wrongs?
Right and wrongs?
Like, do this, don't do this. Is there anything that's universal? Boom. No matter what the situation, no matter what the context, this is cut and dry. You do this and you don't do this. There are some?
I mean, when it depends on what you're talking about, because we can say like a relationship, the difference between a relationship and a marriage. I mean, I think when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's not necessarily right to cheat. Some people would look at that as wrong. Some people would look at it like, hey, we ain't married. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing serious. It is what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But in marriage, that's clear. That's clear and cut. This is right and this is wrong.
Okay.
So I mean, I think it just depends on how you look at it. Now, you know what I'm saying? We talk about somebody hurt my feelings, like, oh, you said this, so that hurt my feelings, but now that's a whole other different story.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
because
it's different levels.
Right.
I was about to say, I took it to another level.
Don't take it to another level. Hold it tight. Hold your water.
So yeah, basically, man, like I said, I think it was for me, forgiveness is just saying, like I said, look, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I don't want this to hold us captive anymore.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna heal myself. I don't need nothing from you. I really don't need anything else from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna handle this myself, and I'm good. And you say that, but you have to actually mean it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the big part behind it. You can't just say it. You have to actually say it and mean it.
Hey man, I just looking at it, man. I see that boy Vic tune in, man, and Vic tune in just about every week, man. I just want you to know, Vic, man, we really do appreciate that, man. And he always offers some good insight, some good opinions, man. So just a personal just ask the question, Vic, man, in your opinion, man, forgiveness. What is forgiveness? What's the importance of it? And what does it really look like? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And hopefully we get a reply back on that. But Trav, man, you really dropped a bunch of different little things in there, especially the self-healing part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And before I comment, cause we're gonna Jarvis. Vic Jarvis.
What's up?
We talking about forgiveness, man. Hey, and I'll be real, man. What if notice now, historically, this not my strong suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This not a conversation I'm thriving in. You know, I'ma have it. You know what I mean? But I would really be good on the other side of this topic, listening. You know what I'm saying, for some insight. So, but I feel like I got something that people gonna be able to relate with. But what you got, Big Jarvis?
Well, I got something, but I want to go off what Travis said first, the self-heal thing, and when I said I was gonna take it to another level, so I'm gonna bring up two topics, and I'm gonna see what y'all think about it. Okay, you said relationship wise, right? So what about like in like, should I say it like this? Okay, like in the woman's standpoint, what about rape? Like molestation, that could go for both sexes, man and female. How would you forgive somebody and self-heal from that? Will it be hard to heal?
You actually be that?
I'm just saying, cause like I said, I want to take it to another level.
I mean, that would definitely be hard for somebody to do.
But I'm saying, like, you would be hard to forgive somebody though on those two things, would you?
You say, would I be hard to forgive someone?
I'm just saying, like, do you think like it would be hard for someone, not you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Okay. Of course, that would be hard. I'm not saying this whole forgiveness thing is easy.
Hey, boy.
Hold on.
My man, my boy Vic got me right, man. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm disclaimer. I'm putting disclaimer. I never said this was easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't something that's gonna be easy. And I mean, I can't imagine how somebody that went through that would feel and how hard that would be. And they may get to a place where they never able to forgive that person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I don't have the experience base to
speak on that. Right.
Tackle that one. Like I don't know. I would guess that it could be healing. You know what I mean? To be able to come to grips with the situation. Yeah. But like I said, man, without being in that situation, it's hard to really give an opinion one way or the other, man. I could tell you, I mean, ideally, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just wanted to say those two things, just to, I guess, look at both sides of the spectrum, because like you said, like healing, you have to be able to, forgiveness rather, you have to be able to cope with it. And some people, like I said, this is one of the hardest topics that we're going to talk about, because some people don't forgive, some people don't know how to forgive, and it's kind of crazy to say that.
But that's because it's who's ever shown us how to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's there's no blueprint to it.
How to do it properly.
Right. Yeah. We like I said, the Bible talk about it over and over again. But not once do it tell us exactly how we do it.
You know, step by steps in that.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Forgiveness for dummies.
Yeah. Man. Have to work on that.
I had to work on that. I tell you, man, I was actually going down that path that Vic went on. And I started on this on the conversation the other day when we were on the phone, and I said, well, for me, forgiveness just looks like, I can see why you did that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And Vic just said forgiveness, understanding of diversity, being able to relate.
Right.
Good eyes. I'm talking about good eyes.
But you good. I can't see nothing from him.
Yeah, man. He said forgiveness, understanding of diversity, being able to relate. And I feel like
I think we can, man. We gotta find out how to, though.
Yeah, man, we do gotta find out how to do that, man. Cause I be seeing people do it.
Yeah.
Adding folks to their line.
We gonna figure it out.
Hey, we're gonna get out, man. We're gonna get Big Jarvis on it, man. We're gonna get our technician on it ASAP, so we can figure that out. But listen, just going with it, you know what I'm saying? Like the ability to relate with people. Just okay. So we got this thing, like okay, I got this image of myself. Mm-hmm. I'm all of this good stuff, but none of this bad stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though all of them going, you know what I'm saying? Even if I don't act on it all the time, the thoughts and all, you don't even generate them yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you do and think and wrong is no different than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can put levels on it and say, yeah, but this was in this context, and this was in this one, and this was this situation. Yeah. And oh, yeah, don't forget that little extra little thing about it that made it different from the time that you did it. But it's all really the same, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything we gonna deal with in a human interaction is always gonna be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the best on forgiving, I'll be real. But I am getting better to the point of understanding that, okay, even for myself, I am not just this nice little ideal that I've made of myself. You know what I'm saying? When I really practice awareness and mindfulness, I'm aware of a lot of the thoughts and emotions that go through me all day long. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's all of them. It's not just the good ones. It's not just love and peace and happiness and joy, you know, and kindness and cheerfulness. It's not, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like joy and anger and happy and sad. It's all of them. You know what I mean? Joy and pain, sunshine. Yeah. Yeah. But it's all of them, dog. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I was saying earlier. We talked about this, and we kind of even went different ways on this. I was saying for myself, for people who I know, like people who I close relationship with, it's really easy for me to forgive them. Like, that's the people who easiest for me to forgive. Yeah. Because first and foremost, I know them. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things with me, if I can be comfortable with saying, yeah, they ain't really mean that, or they heart went in it, or I know that they mean well for me. I know that they want they have my best interest at heart. Mm-hmm. If I know that you got my best interest at heart, and I'm confident on that, I can pretty much let anything go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not somebody who stay mad for a long time. Right. You know what I mean? For me, it's pretty. Now I can light up. I can light up quick, dog.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but I can go down just as quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's quick with me. It's not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really a grudge holder. But with people who I'm not confident that you have my best interest at heart, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you did that, and you could have some malicious intent behind it, and I don't know you well enough to even know if you do or not. Yeah. It's not that I'm not going to forgive you. And I think that's how people take it. I'm going to stay clear of you. Right. You know what I mean? Because I do not know your intentions. Now, for myself, that does not look good, because when I say stay clear of you, that means all interaction. Right. You know, and people say stuff like, oh, well, you can say good morning and this, that, and that. And I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can't. I'm not mad at you. I have no grudge or anything towards you. It's that you have shown me behavior that, while granted, I can understand that it's from, that everybody deals with those kind of behaviors, but you've done it multiple times, and now it's not so much of your behavior, it's the intent behind your behavior that I'm questioning, and since I don't know, I'm just going, and that's how I deal with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? But is that forgiveness? I don't know. Like, if you forgave him, shouldn't you be able to tell him good morning? I don't know, because I don't. And when I say I will not say a word, like, dog, I won't say a word. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know why it's easier for me to forgive people who I have close relationships with, and then people who I don't really know, while I can understand, I kind of cut them.
See, man, I think, well, for me, man, it's really the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's way harder for me to forgive somebody who I know versus somebody who I don't know.
I'm in the same boat with you, sir.
Yeah.
It's harder for you to forgive somebody you know?
Yeah, because it's like you said, I know you. Yeah. I know what they expect from you. And this ain't it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's about integrity, principles. You can't forgive someone and not deal with them. Absolutely.
I'm with you, Vic. Boy.
You're right. But like I said, man, I think it's, for me, man, it's just harder to forgive someone who's closer to me. Like we talked about on the conference call, who I have to see every day, or not every day, but who I'm, you know what I'm saying, come in contact with often, very often. Cause it's like I said, like if I know you, I know what they expect from you, and and although I know that this, like I said, this ain't you, but how my boy Randy Moss said, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But for somebody I don't know, it's easier, man. I give y'all a perfect example. I talked about this on the conference call this week. Man, I got kind of chewed out this week through a text message by a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, she did.
That was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, but I wasn't really upset, and I don't know her. I don't know her intentions, like or what her intentions was or anything. I just knew that, hey man, hey, it's all good. She forgiving. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, like just like you said, like Vic just said, I can forgive him, and now I don't have to deal with her no more. You know what I'm saying? Because she abused that relationship that she had in me to be able to contact the you know what I'm saying, stay in contact with me about her child, you know what I'm saying, through school. You abuse that relationship. So now it's none of that no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's no ill will, no hurt, no bad feelings towards her, or nothing like that. I forgive her, but now it's just gonna be how it is.
You're not gonna interact with her though.
No, I'm not. Just for safety of myself, protecting myself, and the child, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying? But that's way easier for me to forgive that person than it is to forgive somebody else who I'm with on a daily basis.
Let me ask you this, Charles. Is it that the closer person hurts more?
Probably.
Yeah.
Is that what makes it harder to forgive?
Mm-hmm.
Because you closer and it hurts more. Should those things go hand in hand? Because it hurt me more, now it's gonna be harder for me to forgive you. Or is that's why you see that? That's why you think that they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So the level of hurt could deter the forgiveness.
Yeah.
It could make the forgiveness harder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what you think about that, Big Jarvis? Because you said that you pretty much agree with Trav in that if you're closer to me, it's gonna be harder for me to forgive.
Yeah.
Than if the relationship is not that strong.
Yeah.
And see, I'm taking this stance off of specific situations that I can see in my head right now.
Yeah, me too.
With somebody close to me and somebody not so close to me. You know what I'm saying? And how those two situations played out.
Right.
You know, and that's why I'm taking it from strictly experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But talk to me.
What was your question again? What was
I just wanted you to comment on the fact that you said that you agree with Travis. You agree with him in that if the person is closer, then it's harder to forgive than if the relationship is not as strong.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just asking why.
Shout out to that boy Blue, man. He just tuned in.
Big Ring?
Cream Blue. Shot Cream Blue.
Boss man woke up on you now.
It is hard. But it's very hard because the people close to you, you know, they're supposed to have attention to nothing but love, and it's kind of touchy because me, myself, personally, just speaking for myself personally, I know somebody close to me that I still haven't forgave yet. And it's kind of, as we talk about this, I'm still in my head thinking about it because I ain't forgave this person yet. And it's somebody real, real close to me. Like you said, you see this person, you're supposed to see this person every day, and then you still have this kind of like ill feeling towards them. But it's like, it's kind of hard to forgive somebody closer to me, because like I said, like, especially if it's a family member, because, you know, as a family, we're supposed to love each other and, you know, build. But it's like if nobody like is meaningful, like meaningless to you, like Like K-Camp said, ain't nothing cut nobody off. Like, I cut you off quick. And I'm still trying to learn that.
He said it just like that?
Ain't nothing that cut that job. Snip, snip.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because like I said, somebody outside of your, well, I say circle, is kind of like meaningless. It's not beneficial to you, so cut them off. And like I said, I'm still trying to practice with it because that's how I used to be. Like, if you ain't got no good intentions, and you ain't got no love, I can't sense love and genuineness from you, I'm cutting you off because I don't want that in my life. And like Vic said, you can forgive somebody and just cut them off, but when it's your family, then it's like, dang, dog. Like Travis said, I wouldn't expect this from you. Like, especially if it's a friend. Like, and, I mean, I got a situation with that too. So,
so another question, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we got all this talk about what is forgiveness, how do we forgiving others. But I think another question I would have to ask y'all too, and we didn't necessarily talk about this on a conference call. Is how you go about forgiving yourself? Is it the same way as forgiving someone else?
I actually think it's the exact same way as forgiving somebody else. And I'm just going to speak up for myself. It's easy to forgive myself.
Yeah.
Easiest thing in the world. You know why? Because I be real. And I know most people won't say this, but I say it because I don't care. I love me some me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
all right, T.O.
You know, but I do though, man. I love me. People won't say this because you ain't supposed to say. You're not supposed to say I'm selfish. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But when I think about all of my thoughts, right. You know what I'm saying? I think about my thoughts, my emotions, how I react to stuff. It's all about self. Like I do it selfishly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then being able to understand that other people do the same stuff that I do. You know what I'm saying? Other people, brothers, I love my wife. I love my mama. But if you ask me who I love more than anybody else in the world, I would say me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't love anybody more than I love myself. Should I? I don't know. Do I? No. And do I believe people who say that they do? No, I don't. I don't believe them. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how you experiencing this life thing different than I am, but you know what I mean? It's easy for me to forgive myself. But I do think, like I said earlier, by putting myself in other people's shoes, that's what makes it easier to forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm going to do for CJ? I'm going to make a way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to find a way to forgive me. I'm going to find a way to understand why I did that. Don't worry, bro. You good, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're just mad. You know, I'm going to find a way to defend myself. You know, I'm going to court for me. You know what I mean? I'm going to find a way to make it right for myself. Yeah. So, and then, like I said, understand, like, that dude ain't really that much different from me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not different from me. I get mad at it. They do this. Like, we both do the same exact things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, for myself, I can if I can put myself in your shoes and say, I can see how that could happen. You know what I'm saying? That make that forgiveness process a lot smoother and easier for me. And then, like I said, bro, if we got a relationship, you really got good money with me, dog. Yeah. You know what I mean? That if we got a tight relationship, that just makes it easier for me to put myself in your shoes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but what you think?
I feel like when you say that, the reason why I feel like you could say that because communication level is kind of better versus to somebody that you really don't know. You feel that way?
Yeah, and I do. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, okay, another thing as far as I say that I don't really hold grudges, like I don't stay mad long. I'm also can be very honest with you. And if we have a relationship, I will let you know that I did not like this because of this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold it in and, you know what I'm saying, when I'm around, just going to feel like a big old elephant in the room. And, nah, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it. Yeah. And I think, Jarvis, I think you're right on that because if I'm not close with you, and y'all know this, I'm building this out to do it at the job. You know what I'm saying? So just thinking about that, I don't feel that I can go up to him and say, hey, dog, listen, I don't feel that way. I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why we butting heads. So I don't feel like, I didn't feel like I should have that I could have that conversation with him. Now, maybe the question is, should I feel that way? You know, maybe I could have a conversation with him. But I think you're right, Jarvis. Yeah. Because we did not have the communication, and because I was not willing to communicate with him and try to get him to understand where I was coming from, I wasn't willing to have that communication.
Right.
So when I say I forgave him, I did forgive him. You know what I'm saying? I accepted bruh's mode of operation. I accept that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. Like, all right, I don't really know him, so I don't really know why he operated like this, or, you know what I'm saying, what his intent for operating like this. But what I do know is, for the most part, that's how brother showed me that he want to operate every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then for myself, well, I had to make a decision. I don't think I want to deal with somebody who choose that mode of operation every day. So it ain't like I'm mad at you because that's how you decide to operate, you know? I mean, to each his own. Right. I'm not mad at you because that's how you decide to operate. And even for myself, I operate like that sometimes. You know what I mean? It's not my constant mode of operation, but I've operated like that before, if I had to be real. So it's like I said, I don't have any ill will towards the man. You know what I mean? I genuinely don't. You know, but also at the same time, to protect myself, to protect him, to protect my interest or whatever, I do kind of cut it.
Yeah.
But
okay, I feel you. Well, to answer the trial question about myself, I feel like it will kind of be a little bit harder to forgive myself because as you gave your whole spiel and talk, what was going on in my mind, and then Trav, you brought it up in the conference call, is expectation. Like, for example, like somebody that I'm not close with, I'm not going to expect a lot from that person. But somebody close to me and myself, I'm going to expect myself at a high level. So I kind of say that it would be kind of hard to forgive myself versus somebody else or a family member or somebody close to me. Because what I'm still practicing on is sometimes people just ignore those tough questions. Like when you look at stuff in your mirror and you be like, well, why did I do that? And some people will kind of ignore that and just kind of just go on to like, and then when they look back on it, like, dang, like I really should have just look myself in the mirror and asked the tough question and forgave myself so I can evolve and grow from that and be a better person. So that's my take on it, kind of, because I expect kind of my expectations kind of high of myself. So
yeah, that self forgiveness was a bit more challenging for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just was a bit more harder to come to grips with forgiving myself than it was forgiving somebody else. I can give y'all a situation where it took me a few years, man, to kind of be able to be like, to forgive myself.
right.
Actually dealing with you, man. Everything that happened back in high school when you got expelled from high school, like, I felt like that was a lot on me. You know what I'm saying? And seeing you get expelled from school, man, that job really had messed me up. Had me beating myself up for years behind that. And could never really come to grips with forgiving myself, you know what I'm saying, for putting you in a situation like that. So that was tough for me. And I can honestly say maybe 4 years ago, I was finally able to forgive myself for that. I mean, I got a number of other situations that happened throughout my life that I'm still trying to forgive myself for.
Yeah.
But that was just one that stuck out, and I know we talked about that before throughout the podcast. So yeah, man, that forgiveness, man, that's something serious.
Love is in the air.
Yeah, that's something right there, man.
Yeah.
Y'all boys, y'all threw this word out there, the word expectation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is my opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? We live life with these ideals. You know what I mean? And to make it worse, we call it a noun. You know what I mean? A noun, a person, place, a thing, something that's stagnant.
Yeah.
Something that in our mind doesn't change, it doesn't move, it is what it is. Like tape. You know what I'm saying? But none of that's true. Everything is a process. You know what I mean? Everything is constantly moving and constantly changing.
Yeah.
But life will be difficult if I couldn't just say Travis, you know what I mean? If I had to name everything about Travis, you know what I'm saying? By just being able to say Travis, it just nice, neatly sums all that up for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All his emotions and his experiences and everything that makes Travis Travis. I don't have to say that every single time I want to say something about you. I just say the name, right? And being able to put things nice and neat like that kind of messes up how life really is. Because life's just not nice and neat like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when you say CJ, yes, you have, boom, just by saying CJ, you've automatically put this image of what you expect in your head. Just by saying my name. Is that what you're going to get that day? I don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not no noun. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stagnant. I'm not just, you can't just pinpoint what you're going to get from me. Yeah. You know what I mean? I am very complex. Life is very complex. People are very, very complex. You know what I'm saying? So you can get into some trouble. We can get into some trouble by oversimplifying things and forgetting that person who I'm calling that person, and I got this image in my. It's unfair for me to have this image or this expectation because that person is a process. They're constantly changing and they're constantly evolving and moving, and they have feelings and emotions and desires that they really don't even have control over, that are just, and then who knows what their level of awareness is. It may not even be that high, so they may not even understand. And you know what I mean? It's just so much going on. Even with like we talk about the thoughts and all, like, bro, this stuff is just, it's doing its own thing. It's boop, boop, you know what I'm saying? So you never really know what's going on in that moment of the process. You know what I'm saying? And even while you dealing with somebody, like the same Travis you are right now, it's not probably the same one that you was when you pulled up an hour ago. You know, first and foremost, biologically, it's not. That's just first and foremost. But even emotionally and intellectually, or whatever the case may be, the process has gone on this whole time. Nothing has stopped. I've never been able to freeze Travis and freeze Travis and say, boom, I got him. I got him figured out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got him back into a corner now. I know what I'm going to get from him every time. You know what I mean? I never know. You know? And I think that's why it's so, that's probably why it's so easy for me. When I say it's easy for me to forgive myself, you know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I was being diagnosed as bipolar and all that bull crap, and try to put me on these medications. You know all that bullshit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I know. I take it to some lows. I take it to some highs. You know what I mean? I'm all over the place, and I love myself for it. You know what I mean? I have moments. So understanding about myself makes it easier for me to extend that grace to other folks, I guess, man. Yeah. But y'all fellas got anything else y'all want to say specifically about forgiveness? Or let me ask you this: what y'all think about that as far as people being processes, like people not being ideas and concepts, and I ain't gonna say expectations, because you should have some expectations of people. You know what I mean? Like, you should. I don't want to take that too far. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying that you shouldn't have expectations of people. You know what I mean? I would expect a mother to feed her kids and so on and so forth. I would also expect them to have days that they ain't care about feeding no kids. You know what I mean? As crazy as it is to say, I'm sure that it happened. Yeah. But what y'all feel about that, man? About people being processes, understanding that people are this ongoing thing and things are constantly happening within them, to them, that's causing these reactions that none of us really have exact control over.
I think understanding that makes it easier to help you forgive folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, people are constantly changing, and you know what I'm saying? And because they made this decision that day, they may not be the same person to make that same decision again this day. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, it definitely is an ongoing process. It's a learning process. It's a growing process. Things change by the second, minute, hour, you know what I'm saying, and people. So I think, just like I said, understanding that we are a process, and that folks do change, it should make it easier for you to forgive others. I think it all kind of ties in, go hand in hand.
I agree with you guys. It is a process. It's definitely a learning process for me, because as we were younger, our mindset was just to go off first impression. Older folk used to tell us
First impression is the last impression.
Last impression, and then my grandma used to always tell me.
How about y'all that?
My grandma used to always tell me how the phrase go. When the person shows you who they are, trust they are that person. Yeah.
Somebody show you who they are, believe them.
We kind of like groomed into those things. So it's kind of like I said, a learning process, because, like you said, you're never gonna get the same person the same day. Like, we all have our ups and downs. Like, of course, everybody know me. I'm goofy and just enjoyable, entertainable. But sometimes we ain't gonna get that. Sometimes you're gonna get the down drivers, and so it is a learning process, and it is a process to learn from. So I do agree with you guys. So
yeah. Hey, I see Vic say something about a spades table.
Yeah, I got excited for a minute.
Huh? Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but if Vic do want to do something on the spades, hit one of us up.
Together.
Yeah, we could possibly put that together, man. Fellas, man, I really do enjoy the conversation, man. I know we kind of dance around this topic, just in several other topics. This always comes up.
Yeah.
It's always going to be necessary. As long as humans around, there will be some forgiveness required. You know what I mean? So, I think we got some pretty good, at least we got our viewpoints out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was it helpful? We'll find out, but our viewpoints are definitely out there, man. We're going to go ahead and end it up now.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. What's the wrap up for today?
Oh, you put me on first?
That
was your way of...
No, I was actually trying to think of something for myself, but yeah, I do need you to go and step out there if you got something.
Oh, man, I think what I leave the people with is man, just stay the course, man. You know what I'm saying? Just stay on track. Man, of course there's gonna be dilemmas, roadblocks, all of that's gonna come, but stay on course, man, and do what you gotta do. Heard somebody say, and I thought it was awesome, man. It's deep, but it's not too deep. But I heard somebody say in life, man, you gotta measure twice and cut once. You know what I'm saying? And for me, what I took away from that is just, like we always talking about, man, just being aware of what's going on. So stay the course, measure twice, cut once. That's what I'm leaving folks with.
Good man. I'm gonna go with one that I posted in college when I was actually about to graduate. After all the jail and after everything, everything was said and done. Still walking across the stage cum laude, and I put a post up on Instagram and it said, "When? What's important now?" You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Always focusing on the now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Understanding that everything that you ever experienced, you are experiencing it right now, man. Even if you are worried about something that has not happened, something in the future, you still worrying about it right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And also, man, knowing that, things like worry and doubt, fear, whatever you having right now, and those not bad emotions. You know what I mean? They are literally emotions. All right, and it you will experience life a lot freer if you allow emotions to be. If you allow things to be. You know what I'm saying? If you allow it to be cool. And we talked about the ideals earlier. Ideas that we have. One idea is that we shouldn't be worried. We shouldn't have fear. We shouldn't have these things. Those are bad emotions, right? And these are, hey man, I would encourage everybody, man, to just kill all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. To be in that now, knowing what's important now, and then whatever's going on now, that's just what's going on now.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a button that you can press that stops you from being sad or whatever the emotion may be, then you would push it. You don't have it. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't exist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, how can you say that you're not supposed to experience something that you are experiencing? You know what I mean? And when I say what's important now, sometimes, say you're experiencing sadness, you will have a tendency to say, oh, well, when this happens, or if that happens, something future, then I'll feel better. And it don't really work like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't deal with what's happening now, you're only going to take that sadness to that future situation, and it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again. So, yeah, man, focus on what's important now. The rearview mirror is helpful, but it's not the only one there. You know what I'm saying? Looking forward is helpful. Yeah. Not saying it's things that you shouldn't do, but at the same time, again, it's not the only thing there. There's actually something going on right now, and it definitely deserves your attention. Big Jarvis.
I'm just gonna leave the people with something simple. Just communication. We talked about forgiveness today, and one thing to help forgiveness is just to understand. And what E.T., of course, Eric Thomas said about communication, the 5 official ways to communication, I'm just going to name 2. It's pretty much just to understand and have credibility. So, piggyback off of forgiveness, you can't forgive nobody if you don't understand them, if you can't relate to why they did it. So, just communication goes a long way. I remember a post I put in college saying that in communication, people, when they're communicating, they listen to reply versus to listen to understand. So just keep that in mind, and
I'll do that.
Well, yeah. So so just keep that in mind, and I got me laughing, but just try to understand more. When that great song, like I said, I have a song for everything. What I need from you is understanding. So yeah, okay, cool. That way. So yeah, communication. What I need from
you. Go and take us home.
I knew he was about to come back in with it.
Go and take us home, man.
Yeah, man. So it's us, man. We here at the What If Podcast. If y'all need to get in contact with us, man, y'all can email us. And that's at whatifsavannah@gmail.com. We also here on Facebook, and that's at #WhatIfSAV.
Yeah.
We also on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at whatif_SAV. And don't forget, we still got our tutoring going on, math, English, Spanish, and some SAT prep for those getting ready for college. It's getting close to May, man, so y'all need an extra bump in those classes to get that grade where you need it to be, man. Hit us up, let us know. More information about our tutoring or just about us, y'all can go to our website, and that's whatifsav.com.
Fellas, every week is an enjoyment. This week is no different. Enjoyed sharing the table with you. Enjoyed getting the thoughts out on the airways with you. Love y'all fellas, and thank you.
Sir, you too, my boy.
Much love. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
This is the What If Podcast where possibility begins. It's your boy CJ. I'm out.
It's your boy Trav. I'm out.
And it's your boy Jarvis.
Go and take us out.
Sign out, man.
Go and sign us out, there, dog.
What I need from you is understanding.
Yeah.